A lot about how Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, Amazon VPC, enables you to build a secure virtual network in the AWS cloud. Can you tell me more about it?
Yes, you can easily create your own virtual private cloud. No hardware or physical data centers required. You can define your own network space and control how your network and the Amazon EC2 resources inside your network are exposed to the Internet.
What sort of security options do I have over my virtual network?
You can leverage the security options in Amazon VPC to provide more granular access both to and from the Amazon EC2 instances in your virtual network. For example, you can create a public-facing subnet for your web servers that have access to the Internet, and place your back-end systems such as databases or application servers in a private-facing subnet with no Internet access.
What if I don't want to connect my secure network to the Internet and want to restrict access to it only from within our corporate infrastructure?
You can easily create a hardware virtual private network, VPN connection, between your corporate data center and your Amazon VPC, and then leverage the AWS cloud as an extension of your corporate data center.
Interesting. Can you tell me more about the security features?
Advanced features such as security groups and network access control lists can be used to enable inbound and outbound filtering at the instance level and subnet level. In addition, you can store data in Amazon S3 and restrict access so that it's only accessible from instances in your VPC. You can also choose to launch dedicated instances, which run on hardware dedicated to a single customer for additional isolation.
How do I control the flow of data?
VPC route tables give you the ability to control how your traffic is routed within your VPC, between subnets and to or from the Internet or your corporate data center.
Can you tell me a little more?
It is actually very simple to get started. You can create a VPC quickly and easily using the AWS Management Console. You can select one of the common network setups that best match your needs using the VPC wizard. Subnets, IP ranges, route tables, and security groups are automatically created for you, so you can concentrate on creating the applications to run in your VPC.
What if my requirements change? How quickly can I modify my AWS resources?
Amazon resources in a VPC can be modified and scaled up or down. Anybody using AWS can use Amazon VPC, from individuals hosting a single web server to large organizations that require thousands of machines. In fact, when you launch new Amazon EC2 instances, by default they will be launched into a VPC. You also have the option of launching instances outside of VPC if required.
And what kind of solutions are people building inside VPCs?
Amazon EC2 is being used inside VPCs for purposes such as hosting basic web applications, like blogs or simple websites, where you can gain the additional layers of privacy and security afforded by Amazon VPC. You can help secure a website by creating security group rules, which allow the web server to respond to inbound HTTP and SSL requests from the Internet, while simultaneously prohibiting the web server from initiating outbound connections. You can also host multi-tiered web applications inside a VPC to strictly enforce access and security restrictions between your web servers, application servers, and databases. You can launch web servers in a publicly accessible subnet and application servers and databases in non-publicly accessible subnets. The application servers and databases can't be directly accessed from the Internet, but they can still access the Internet via a NAT instance for tasks such as downloading patches. You can control access between the servers and subnets using inbound and outbound packet filtering, provided by network access control lists and security groups. VPC route tables give you the ability to control how your traffic is routed within your VPC, between subnets and to or from the Internet or your corporate data center.
Does everything need to be in the Amazon data centers? We have databases within our corporate network that we would like to keep on premises.
You can keep whatever you wish on premises. You can easily create a VPC, where instances in one subnet, such as web servers, communicate with the Internet, while instances in another subnet, such as application servers, communicate with databases on your corporate network. An IPsec VPN connection between your VPC and your corporate network helps secure all communication between the application servers in the cloud and databases in your data center. One nice thing about Amazon VPC is the console wizard provides you with 4 templates that can be used as a starting point. You can easily extend and customize your VPC to meet your requirements.
How do I access and manage my Amazon VPC?
There are a number of options: the Amazon VPC console, the AWS command line interface, Amazon EC2 command line interface tools, and AWS tools for Windows PowerShell.
How much does it cost?
There is no additional charge for using Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, aside from the normal Amazon EC2 usage charges. As usual, you only pay for what you use as you use it. There are no minimum fees and no upfront commitments.
Awesome. I think I'm ready to get started.
AWS provides free online training with a self-paced lab to get you started, without having to open an account.
That's cool. How do I take the free training?
Before you get started, let me show you how easy it is to use the Amazon VPC wizard to create a VPC by logging into my AWS account. This wizard will create a VPC, network with private IP addresses, attach an internet gateway to it, and a subnet.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Anyone can sign up for a free AWS account and use the AWS Management Console. Here you can access AWS products and services, such as Amazon VPC. On the VPC dashboard, click Start VPC Wizard. Select the first option, VPC with a single public subnet, and click Select. In the VPC name box, type a name, such as My VPC. The confirmation page shows the CIDR ranges that we'll use for this VPC and subnet, and the hardware tenancy setting. The confirmation page also displays the subnet's availability zone. Leave the default settings unchanged and click Create VPC to create a VPC, Internet Gateway, subnet, and route table. When the work completes, a status window confirms that your VPC has been successfully created. Click OK to close the status window and return to the VPC dashboard. The console displays your default VPC and the VPC that you just created. Select My VPC, the VPC that you just created. The console displays the DNS settings for the VPC in the Details pane. To display information about Internet Gateways, click Internet Gateways in the navigation pane. You have one Internet Gateway for your default VPC, and another for the VPC that you just created. The VPC that you just created has 2 route tables. The VPC came with a main route table by default, and the VPC wizard created a custom route table in addition. Your subnet is associated with the custom route table, which means that we use the routes in that table to determine how the traffic for the subnet flows. If you add a new subnet to your VPC, it uses the main route table by default. You can view the route tables here.
What about security, such as a firewall?
A security group acts as a virtual firewall to control the traffic allowed into its associated instances. Let's go back to the console and I will show you how to create a security group. Open the Amazon VPC console. Click Security Groups in the navigation pane. Click the Create Security Group button. Populate the following fields. And then click Yes, Create. To add rules to the Web Server SG Security Group, select the Web Server SG Security Group that you just created. The Details pane includes a tab for information about the security group, plus tabs for working with its inbound and outbound rules. On the Inbound Rules tab, click Edit, and add rules for inbound traffic as follows. Select HTTP from the type list, and enter 0.0.0.0.0/0 in the source field. Click Add another rule. Then select HTTPS from the type list, and enter 0.0.0.0.0/0 in the source field. Click Add another rule. Then select SSH from the type list. Enter your network's public IP address range in the source field. Note: if you use 0.0.0.0/0, you enable all IP addresses to access your instance using SSH. This is acceptable for the short exercise, but it's unsafe for production environments. In production, you'll authorize only a specific IP address or range of addresses to access your instance. Then click Save. Now that we have a security group, we can now launch Amazon EC2 instances into our VPC.
What if I no longer need this VPC? Will I still be charged for the created resources?
To make sure you are not charged, you can clean up your resources by deleting the VPC. Before you can delete a VPC, you must terminate any instances that are running in the VPC. Deleting a VPC also deletes resources that are associated with the VPC, such as subnets, security groups, network ACLs, DHCP option sets, route tables, and internet gateways. In any case, it is good practice to delete resources that you no longer need. Let's go back to the AWS Management Console, and I'll show you how easy this is. Open the Amazon VPC console. Click Your VPCs in the navigation pane. Select the VPC, named My VPC, and from the Actions drop-down, click the Delete button. When prompted for confirmation, click Yes, Delete. Go to run.quicklabs.com to try it out with a free self-paced lab. While you're there, check out the other free AWS introduction training to learn about more AWS products and services. You can play around without having to open an account.